Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my Moto vlog. It's been a long time since I've actually filmed a video, so I'm looking forward to this one. Hope the audio is okay. I had to find a microphone that was in my drawer that I haven't used in a while, so I'm trying to record this. I'm in Englewood, Florida currently, and as you can see, we just had Tropical Storm Debby, which ended up becoming Hurricane Debby as it hit the coast of Florida in the Panhandle area. So I'm on the west coast, southwest coast of Florida. So we got the tropical storm portion of it. So we got tons of rain. We had a couple road washouts, and that's actually what I'm looking forward to today. I'm looking forward to actually driving what's called Beach Road and taking a look. Oh, there's somebody I know there. Didn't even hear me. It's an old retired fire chief. So yeah, so anyways, we're gonna go do some damage hunting. Last time I went through this road, I went through probably 2 days ago. I wasn't able to get through. There was some washout, there's some water in the road. It was pretty deep, and the first day I went, there was sand everywhere, so the road was completely blocked off. I'll try to point that out when we get a little closer. Then I went back a couple days later and it was just too wet, so I couldn't make it all the way. But if you do make it through this video, there is a really nice view that we'll have of the beach, and we'll discuss that with you guys too. So looking forward to just kind of sharing my little ride here, some of my thoughts, kind of what's been going on, and just kind of share this time with you all today. It's pretty nice to not have music on and just kind of talk and think. Obviously, make sure we stop. So I've been off work for 2 weeks. I'm on vacation, which is really awesome. So I just got back from a national bike rally for my motorcycle club. It was in Ohio this year. Happens every 2 years. So I don't know what you call it, semi-annual, biannual, whatever you want to call it, national rally. So got up there. Obviously can't speak to how many bikes there were, but there was a huge showing of people from all over the United States, which is really awesome. Got to meet some people that I see on social media. Got to actually put, you know, faces to names and meet them in real. I was unable to take my bike this year, which actually worked out well because of Tropical Storm / Hurricane Debby. So on the way back, actually we still have a couple guys from my club that are still trying to get home, and I don't know, I've been home since, I think I got home Monday morning. So drove from Florida to Ohio, took about 16 hours. Slept in the back of a car, which was really cool. Kind of set up a little sleeping bag, blanket. Had my little Yeti cooler full of waters and energy drinks, etc. It was actually really cool. Enjoyed my time. Got back. Figured I gave myself 2 weeks, so if I took the bike, I had time to break down on the way there and on the way back. But again, the weather was just kind of sketching me out. I didn't really want to drive home in a tropical storm. This is also one of the first storms that I haven't worked for, because I did say I'm on 2-week vacation. But I work as a firefighter paramedic. I've been doing that for about 13 years. So as expected, I work every hurricane, every tropical storm. You know, and I always have to be on alarm or ready to go. So this year I was on vacation. I said, you know what? They'll be fine without me. They approved it. They didn't ask me to come back. So I said, you know what? I'm going to enjoy it. On my little trip. I brought you guys over here before in some of my previous videos, but this is not Englewood Beach. This is Minnesota Beach. So this thing we're entering right now, we had to go over by bridge, is actually a key. So this is Minnesota Key. It's only accessible by bridge. So it's got two bridges, and we'll try to get to the other bridge on the other side here in a minute. But this is Beach Road, so this is the road that was washed out. It always seems to wash out, but here at some very shallow points, I'm not quite sure. I'm a very bad estimator, but at its narrowest points, I'll be able to look to the left, show you guys the bay, and then we'll look to the right, and I'll be able to show you the Gulf of Mexico. So you guys can see how really narrow this island is, or this key is. But it's a beautiful little bike road. I love taking the bike here. So already here's some standing water. This is way, you can see where it's gone down since last time. Some sand. All right, we got another biker up here, so I'm assuming it's open coming the other way, but we'll find out here in a minute. Give a little bike a wave. Yeah, so $1 million homes here. A lot of these homes are, you'll have beach side. This is the Gulf side that you're looking at right now on the right. Left side is the bay side. Sometimes you'll see people that own both. And what they'll do is they'll have their boats on the bay side. They'll be able to walk over to their beachfront property on the right. See how narrow that is? That's literally the bay right there. And then that's the Gulf. Here's some water. So we'll try to take it right in the middle here. Try to stay a little dry. Oh, not doing a good job here. Freaking got wet. Oh, I got soaked. Oh, I'm soaked. So today is Friday. So this has had about a week to dry up. So Monday it hit. Tuesday was like standing water. And then, yeah, today's Friday. Still standing water. This makes me think that that part that was really deep is going to be really deep still. So yeah, National Rally was awesome. Got to meet a lot of people. I spent a lot more money than I really should have. Thank God I got paid today. It's Friday. But I was pretty broke. I did stay at a hotel when I got to Ohio. So I slept at rest areas on the way up. Beautiful areas. You know, I'm used to Florida being flat. And drove through Kentucky, drove through Tennessee. I really should have filmed that, actually. Should have shared that video with you guys, but I didn't. Here's some more water. Got up there. I'll say there's, I don't know, around 1,000 plus people. Again, can't really say who, what, where, when, but just motorcycle rules. But had groups from all over the United States. Had several from my station, which is what we call our clubs. Or, excuse me, which is what we call our quote-unquote chapters. We don't use chapters in my motorcycle club. We use what's called stations. So we had a few people from my station up there as well. So I got to hang out with some family and friends and spend some good old time. Some windy, some twisty roads. Saw Amish people. I guess Ohio has a pretty popular Amish culture up there. Beautiful landscape. But spent this last week just kind of reflecting on life and just personally decompressing from the stress. I'm hoping to go get some caffeine. It's not early, but it's early for someone on vacation. There's the Gulf of Mexico. So it's early for someone on vacation. So I just got up. I was like, hey, let me make sure I got all my cameras charged and stuff. I want to take YouTube on a ride with me. And haven't had caffeine yet. So I said, you know what? I'll take a ride. I'll stop at a Circle K if I can make it there. Show you guys some of the damage. Talk to you guys a little bit about what's going on. And stop and get some caffeine. So that's the goal. There's the Gulf of Mexico, as you can see. So like I said, very narrow on this part here. But this is Englewood, Florida, Sarasota County. We're south of Tampa. We're on the west coast of Florida. Beautiful homes. And we're about to get to the beach. So this is known as Middle Beach, also known as Blind Pass Beach. And we're basically almost in the middle of the key now. So we started at Minnesota on the north part of the key. We're heading south. This is Middle Beach, or Blind Pass Beach, which again, oh, look at all this sand. That's all sand that was blocking this road. And there is the Gulf of Mexico. That's how close we are. Try to get you guys a view. Still a little stormy, still a little bit, Mother Nature's still a little bit frustrated. You got your beachcombers, they're looking for shark's teeth. We're really famous for shark's teeth around here, so a lot of people find shark's teeth and shells after a storm. But I love this ride. See all the sand here, so you got to be very careful when making these corners. There's Blind Pass Park, Beach Park. So I lived in Florida for probably 15 years now. I've almost lived here longer than I lived anywhere else. I was born and raised in DC area, Maryland. I came down when I was about 20. And I've been here ever since. Thank God. Changed the trajectory of my life. Like I said, I ended up becoming a firefighter here. I worked for retail sales. I worked at Best Buy as a store manager. And I'm a firefighter paramedic. Been doing that full time. And I do not regret it at all. Beautiful change. I came down here not knowing anybody. So we had a vacation home here, and I've been coming down since I was a little kid. There's some barriers for where they had the road blocked. All right, up here is actually where the road was locked up before, so just keep that in mind as we talk. But I've been coming down since, I was a kid. My family had property here, and I've been coming down. This used to be all dirt road. There's a road underwater sign. We're going to try to push it because it's been drying for 4 days or so. So my family's been coming down for many, many years. Had a property down here. I've been coming down on vacation for a month out of every single year. Here's the road. It looks way better than it did. All right, we'll let some of these guys get out of the way. See that truck there pushing a wake? No wake zone. Got nobody behind me, nobody. Just wait for these guys to come through in the front, and I'll try to ride that center line to try to stay as dry as I can. The other day I came here, though, it's obviously dry now. See, there's little islands of dry. That was not here the other day, so this was like above my tire. All right, my turn. Let's do this and not get soaked. I'm already wet, whatever, who cares? Let's just do it safely. Excuse me. At least the water's warm. Alright. Alrighty, here we go. Yeah, we made it through, boys and girls. Alright. Yeah, that was limiting us before, so we couldn't make it through. So now we did. So lots of trees down, limbs. We got really lucky this time. So this time, a couple years ago, we had Category 5 stormland destroy the canopies. The canopies are slowly growing back, but that was a really rough storm. We still have homes that are still getting repairs done years later. I'll try to put some videos of the Category 5. Yeah, so I've been coming down here, kind of ADHD mind if you couldn't tell, but I've been coming down here since I was a little kid with family. We had property here. This used to be dirt road. This whole area has just grown up since I've been down here, since what, the 80s, 90s. So decided to move down here full time. It was my dad's dream to always come down here and retire. My dad and mom, they wanted to come and retire. My mom passed away, I think it was 2009 now. She passed away of cancer. So when I was 18, I decided to move to Florida. I told my dad I was coming to Florida, and he was like, what the hell? I've been trying to come to Florida my whole life. You got to come down here first. So I kind of forced his hand, if you will. He retired, sold his house up in Maryland, came down here full time. And now I live in the same neighborhood as him. I live a couple blocks away from my dad and from my vacation home that I grew up in while I was down here. So I'm a transplant, but I feel more connected than I guess you ordinarily would, because I've been coming here my whole life. I'm so glad I was able to actually cut across, though. I've been waiting for this road to open up. It's one of my joys. I like to just rip through here. Oh, looks like I got a fuel light too, so we'll get some energy drinks, and then we'll also get some fuel. Hopefully we won't break down, because I haven't been paying attention to my low fuel, so I don't know I don't know when that kicked on. I don't have a fuel gauge, so I have to use my odometer to tell how far I am from empty. But yeah, this doesn't look too bad. So again, a lot of these places were destroyed during Ian. Category 5, man, just like all that building right there. Excuse me, all that building right there was ripped up, and they're just now starting to get back to normal. And we're planning to have a really bad year this year of hurricanes. It's supposed to be a bunch of named storms. So I guess typically, and don't quote me, but typically we typically get about 13, 14 named storms. And I think this year they're estimating 20 something. And due to the heat in the Gulf of Mexico, these storms are growing huge with the heat of the water, the hot water. I think right now the water's about 80, 90 degrees. So this is Englewood Beach. So we are now at the southern part of the key. And right here is the Circle K I like to stop at to get drinks. So I'm going to pull in here. Let's get an energy drink, and then we'll resume my little tour for you guys. So let's pull in here, find a parking spot. Alright, I'll be back. Let me shut off the camera and get a drink, and I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so I just sat over there in that chair for a little bit, had my caffeine for the day. Thank you, Circle K. Picked up a couple extra Celsiuses, so I have them for tomorrow and the day after. So pretty stoked. Alright, so if we go straight, that's Stump Pass Park. That'll go to the southernmost part of the key. But we're going to take this bridge right here, and I believe it's Tom Adams Bridge. This is the bridge that connects 776 to Beach Road. And we're going to go this way. And we're going to go till the battery runs out or until I run out of stuff to show you. So here's some boats that are destroyed from the storm. Actually, they've probably been like, that might be new. We get boats all the time that kind of get derelict over there because there's a mooring field. So people just abandon them, which is kind of crazy to me. You know, to spend that much money on a boat and then just to leave it and let it rot. Kind of sad. Yellow punch buggy, no punchback. Yeah, I love it here. It's beautiful, really hot. But you know, Ohio wasn't that much cooler. I was in Ohio, it was rainy, which Florida's rainy every day during the summertime. We get our summer storms, but then it clears up and it looks like this, you know, beautiful blue skies and heat again, and it dries up rather quickly. So I was up in Ohio, super hot. Humidity was a little bit lower than it is here. I mean, I can't walk outside without getting drenched in sweat, just walking to my bike or walking to my car. God, it's so beautiful. Look at that. Look at that sailboat right up against that seawall over there. That's part of the storm. That was not there a couple weeks ago. Alright, we need fuel. Need to find fuel. Let's go left up here on 776. Let's get fuel. And then let's go downtown Dearborn, which is like downtown Englewood area. So we're not going super far today, just a short little ride. But we've accomplished what I kind of wanted to show you. I want to get out, ride, get my mind clear, talk to you guys. I'll have some time to edit this video today, so that'll take up some of my time, which would be awesome. Got some caffeine for the week. And I got to show you guys around. So yeah, looking forward to making videos again. If you're unfamiliar with me, please subscribe and like. I do videos around here in Englewood, Florida, Sarasota, Florida. I do diving. I'm a, how do I say this? I have ADHD, so I like to collect hobbies. So I do a lot of weird hobbies. Amateur radio. I got an amateur radio license when I was 12. So, you know, I'll talk on radios. I like programming. So I like to build things with Python, build hog cages, cell phone releases, which probably put me on a watch list. I don't want to say what you can do with cellular remotely activated relays, but I think you can put 2 and 2 together. And basically Googling that, and it was for a hog trap. I had a legitimate reason to build it. I wanted a remote controlled hog trap, but I think you can kind of see where that would possibly raise some concerns. So I'm probably on some watch lists, which is fine. I have nothing to hide. But yeah, programming, hunting, diving, I mean, you name it, I do it. Motorcycles, obviously, as I'm doing today. I love bikes. And I want to get into a couple new hobbies. One of the new hobbies I want to get into is powered paragliding. I've been wanting to fly my whole life, and it was supposed to be my graduation gift when I graduated high school. I never technically graduated high school, even though now I have several degrees and I've taken care of it as an adult. So I have 3 degrees now and a high school diploma. I have an associate, 2 associates, and a bachelor's. But I never really graduated high school in Maryland due to some family stuff and stuff I had going on. And so anyways, I never really got to get my pilot's license, which kind of sucks. But I've always wanted to fly. And I mean, everything's so expensive right now. I really don't foresee myself flying like Cessnas or airplanes. So I want to do the power paragliding. I've been looking at it for years and years and years. So if anybody does that or is interested in that, please, you know, feel free. I would love to do a little series about how I learn and how I go about started from scratch, learning to fly and doing that as well. So this whole bike trip up to Ohio really reminded me. I was like, wow, man, this is really cool. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to get a enclosed trailer so I can trailer the bike. I'd like to ride the bike at different places, you know, go around the country, ride the bike, and also take my powered paraglider when I get it, if I get it, which I normally do when I put my mind to something. And I'd love to fly to different places. I think that would just be a really awesome way to enjoy life and see things. So I have a captain's license for boating. So I have a license for sea, I have a license for ground. I'd also like to get my CDL. Like I said, I'm a collector of sorts. I have like 9 different certifications in diving. I'm open water, advanced open water, rescue diver, public safety diver. I was on the marine operations team for my fire department. I had my captain's license. I ran a little charter business for a little while with the boat. Help people find shark's teeth in Venice, Florida. So I like to collect certificates and do different things. So I'm certified underwater, above water, in the water. I mean, the air is obviously the natural progression, right? Let's see how much. Gas is $3.50, $3.49. Don't forget that 999 tenths. So, all right. Let's fill up. Probably help if I select the octane. God, my bike's dirty. I gotta clean her up. I don't clean her as much as I used to, so I have a short story for you, which I'm always reminded how short life is and how quickly one could die. I mean, kind of given my career field. So I'm washing my bike. I think I've had the bike now 4 years. I think I just came up with 4-year anniversary a couple days ago while I was in Ohio. So I've had the bike 4 years. I had it for about a year. Yeah, about a year, I think. So this is 3 years ago. Cleaning the bike, polishing it, getting her all pretty, waxing. I mean, I spent tons of time getting her looking good, right? I go to push her back in my driveway, and I just push her. And see these risers right here? The bolt that holds the riser, the handlebars to the riser, snapped. There was only like 4 or 5 threads holding that thing together, and it just totally fell off. And I dropped the bike. I caused some damage on the back. Do I want a receipt? Oh, thank you. So that was fucking eye-opening. Excuse my language. That was freaking eye-opening, because here I am riding this bike for about a year. Unbeknownst to me, those bolts are barely holding the risers in there and the handlebars to the thing. Could you imagine this thing came off at 80 miles per hour on I-75 or the interstate? And it just freaking fell off. And I dropped the bike, and I'm like, oh my God. So I replaced the bolts with the high strength bolts. I can't remember what grade now, but I went online, bought the right grade. I made sure they had extra long threads, put thread locker on them, and I check them now. And the reason why that popped up is because when I talk about cleaning my bike, ever since that day, man, I had her polished. I had her looking freaking fantastic. I don't put as much effort into cleaning it anymore. I don't know why. It's kind of like something that just kind of ruined it for me, if that makes any sense. I don't know. It's like a association I have with it. There's the Moose Lodge, and we are now on Dearborn Street, Englewood, Florida. So they've done some recent renovations around here, and they're trying to revitalize and kind of grow this place up, make it more family oriented. There's Danny Duncan's spot. So Danny Duncan bought that right there, and he's going to build himself a putt-putt golf place, like a Top Golf. Super stoked to see that come through, because we really don't have much in this area to do as family and younger people, if you will. Very old community that's slowly getting younger as we get populated, but horses, police horses. So yeah, we'll pass Danny Duncan's place up here on the left too. Danny Duncan's a famous YouTuber who was born and raised in this area as well. So he does a lot for the community around here, and he gives back tons for us in this area. Love that guy to death. So let's see if he's even out. I doubt it, but sometimes I see him posting videos and I'm like, man, one day I'll probably be driving by on my bike and see him out here, you know. Barbarino's Pizza. I just had their pizza yesterday. Freaking delicious. Family owned place here. One of my favorite places to get pizza. Went to New York. This is going to piss some people off, but I went to New York 6 months ago or so, and I tell you what, man, I like Barbarino's better. I had the whole New York pizza. Wasn't impressed. I did like their bagels. I will give you that, though, man. I had some bagel sandwiches. So here's Danny Duncan. There's his Virginity Rocks van. His ice cream shop. Nobody's there, but that's his little office he has. Danny freaking Duncan. This old school corner market. Got shrimp. Alright, another biker. Dirt biking it up. Yeah, so part 103 for the FAA allows you to fly as long as you don't go over homes and stuff like that. You don't need a license. So for powered paragliding, and actually back here there's a field. It's called Buchanan, I think, field. It's a grass strip. I think it would be perfect for launching a powered paraglider. Very minimal traffic that comes through here, airplane traffic. Actually, the last time there was a big airplane that landed here, people called 911 because it looked like the plane was going to crash in the woods. I'll show it to you when we drive by the airport, but you'll see why. All these people in this neighborhood were freaking out, and I can't say I wasn't. I kind of knew the plane was landing, but it was a big, like, dual prop, turboprop plane, and he was circling, doing his final, you know, doing his little pattern, and, you know, real low around here because we're just not used to it at this airport. And he landed, so I took my car back in the day and I drove to watch him do it. You know, I want to watch him land and take off. I love airplanes, said that already. But the police were here, and I pull up, and the cop, he, like, yeah, snide attitude, goes, you know, it's an airport, they're allowed to land here. You know, he was frustrated. He was getting all these 911 calls. I'm like, I didn't call 911. I don't care what he does. I'm just here to look. So, probably irritated that everybody's calling about an airplane landed at an airport. But my point is, nobody really uses it. It's kind of out of the way here. I think it'd be great to launch from, and it's like 5 minutes from my house. So I got to do research and learn, obviously, when I take my classes on how to paramotor, you know, figure out how to use it legally. But my understanding is there is a way, you know, you monitor it's untowered. So my understanding is you just use a radio and you're able to listen to the local area and, you know, identify as a ultralight aircraft, and you should be able to take off. But wouldn't that be freaking cool, man? Drive around a motorcycle in the mountains somewhere and then fly it later that day, or in the morning start off flying it and then go on the bike. I don't know. I just think that'd be really, really cool. Sold my boat, so why not dump that money into something else that brings enjoyment? Here's the field. Looks like they're mowing it. So there's the field, as you can see. It's just a grass strip. Plenty of room though. And it's right by the water, so that'd be so cool to be able to just take off and kind of float around by the intercoastal and the Gulf of Mexico. I wish you guys could smell what I smell, but that fresh grass clippings. It's one of the best parts on motorcycles, just being connected to what you're driving around and through. Alright, let's not die here. This is a sketchy intersection in my opinion. And I don't know what the hell that is. They just started building that. That's the first time I've seen whatever that is across the street. More developments, unfortunately. Alright, let's not die. Not die. Alright, let's wait. I'll go after this one here. No rush, right? Be safe. Alright. Alright, so we're on main roads now. This is 776 Boca Royale. My wife used to work there. She was a bartender. Beautiful little community. I'm glad to share it with you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to be re-entering my neighborhood here soon, so we'll be calling it quits here shortly. It's been an absolute pleasure. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the relaxation, the ride with me today. Thank you for coming along. Again, let me know if I'm doing good. Let me know if I'm doing bad. Give me some comments. Tell me some stuff you'd like to see. There's some trails around here, or excuse me, some roads and some other places I can take you on the motorcycle. And again, there's diving and so many other things I can do. So please take a look at some of my videos. I have some dive videos up. I have all kinds of hodgepodge things. Took a boat across the state of Florida. And yeah, not looking to get famous, just looking to share some stuff with you guys. And you know, I watch YouTube for hours and hours and hours. I don't have TV, I just basically have YouTube. And I realized, hell man, I have some cool stuff to show off to some people that people would find interesting. And again, feel free, you know, I only get 100 views if I'm lucky on a video, so feel free to share with me. Let me know what you want to see. If you're from the area, let me know what you would like to showcase. If you're not from the area and you want to explore a little bit, you know, go on Google Earth or Google Maps and tell me where you want me to go, and I'll scope it out for you. But yeah, no, it's been a pleasure, guys. Thank you. I look forward to editing this video, getting it out for you. And until next time, guys, peace. Have a great day.